Hi YouTube family, Lisa A. Romano here, the ACOA Life Coach, and today I want to talk about the big fat lie. What is that? Well, one of the things that I noticed that is universal amongst all adult children of alcoholics, as well as all adult children of narcissists and adult children of dysfunctional parents, is that we have been taught that our feelings don't matter. We have been taught that what we think and what we feel is unimportant in comparison to what other people think and what other people feel. We have been taught in big ways and in small ways, in overt as well as covert ways, that our experiences just aren't valid in comparison to other people's experiences. So how do we get taught that lie? How does that lie infiltrate the way we experience ourselves? Well, it happens in, like I said, overt as well as covert ways. For instance, if you are having an argument with your brother or your sister and you're little, right? And let's say your brother just came up and smacked you up behind, the back of your head. Now, you have a right to be upset about that. Your feelings are valid. Your brother just smacked you out of the blue and you're feeling it. So your reaction, let's say you're 7 or 8 years old, what happens? 7 and 8-year-olds, they get very, very angry. They want to react. They scream, they yell, they want to attack their brother back. Okay. So now let's say mom or dad is experiencing that and they see that you and your brother are getting into it. If mom or dad comes into this dynamic and they start screaming louder, and then they start smacking you, and then you are experiencing their anger, and now you and your brother are so afraid of what's going on with them, your parents have taught you that what just happened between the two of you is unimportant, and what's more important is how they feel about you and your brother now. So in that dynamic, what happens is the initial issue gets swept under the rug. It's as if it never happened. It's as if your anger now made mom and dad anger, and now their anger supersedes your anger. So on a subliminal level, on an unconscious level, you're being taught that you don't have a right to be angry, or you don't have a right to feel this experience. And deeper, you're being taught that expressing yourself is not as important and is insignificant compared to what mom and dad have to say. And so that's a very simple way. Another way is when a child is crying and the child goes ignored, or when a child is obviously upset about something and a mom and dad just make fun of the child. Oh, what are you crying about? Come over here, I'll give you something to cry about. Or you should not feel that way. Again, it's like I say in one of my other videos, like someone telling me that I should not be angry and I'm angry is like telling me that I should not have green eyes. Well, I am angry. Now what? I'm not going to kick the cat, or I'm not going to kick the dog because I'm angry. I'm just going to do angry right now. I'm just going to be angry. I'm going to let the anger filter through my system, and then eventually it'll go away. It is in the not accepting or the criticizing of self for feeling this anger that I get stuck and locked in anger. When I allow myself to feel angry, and I validate the fact that I am angry, and I validate my absolute right to feel anger, that I don't get stuck in anger, and anger just kind of like filters through my chakra system. So when we are children and we get minimized by our parents, and our parents are just looking to stop the craziness in the moment, oftentimes they don't realize that what they're really teaching us is that what we're experiencing is unimportant. That's just a really simple way to clarify for some of you how it is that we get taught that our feelings don't matter. That's just a simple way. The other ways that we get taught that our feelings don't matter is by the fact that nobody in our homes talks about how they feel. So let's say mom's an alcoholic and she's passed out on the couch. So the kids are hungry. Or mom was supposed to go to the parent-teacher conference. Or mom's laying in my bed and she just pissed in my bed. Now, what happens for those of you who grew up in alcoholic homes and dysfunctional homes, you'll understand what I'm saying. What happens is mom wakes up and now all the kids are watching mom to make sure that mom's okay. So that's what we call hypervigilance. We're now out of our bodies almost, and now what we're doing is we're externally focused, trying to watch mom's next move. So we watch her face, we listen to her voice, we watch her body movements, and we're really trying to stay out of her way because we really don't know what she's going to do next. So we grow up in feeling very unsafe and as if the house is going to blow up any damn minute. And it could be anything that blows the house up. So when, for instance, you confront an alcoholic or you can confront a narcissist and you say, you know, you passed out. You were supposed to come to my parent-teacher conference and you didn't show up. And you were drinking. And that's why you didn't show up. An alcoholic is going to lash out at you for insinuating that they did something wrong. Because you're threatening their supply. Like they want to continue drinking. That's how they protect themselves. That's how they stay in this state of detachment. And that's where they disassociate from life or whatever. And so you're threatening that, and so they're going to attack you for it. Or if you attack a narcissist and you say you should have done that, you were supposed to be there for me today and you didn't show up. Narcissist is going to be able to make you feel guilty for confronting them. And what happens? You're being taught that your feelings don't matter. That's the message. So this video is all about encouraging, even if you're not an adult child of an alcoholic, it's encouraging you to understand that in any way that you've ever been taught that what you think and what you feel is unimportant, that's a lie. That's a lie. What you think is very important and it's valid. What you feel is your connection to the ethereal. Your feelings are connected to that which is you, that is spiritual. Your feelings connect you to the multidimensional planes of this universe. Feeling is everything. Feeling is everything. And people who are trying to control you or who aren't very evolved will teach you that you shouldn't feel what you feel. So I just want you to be aware that when other people are saying things to you like, you shouldn't feel that way, they're wrong. They're wrong, they're wrong, they're wrong. Now, you got to be careful not to get caught up in trying to convince them that they're wrong. That's not your business and that's not your place. That's not your job. Your job is to say, wait a minute, maybe they don't think that my feelings are valid. Maybe they don't know how to deal with anger. Maybe they don't know how to process resentment. Maybe they don't know how to sit in frustration. Maybe they don't know how to process these emotions, but I do. So I'm just going to sit with that, and I'm going to let them have their opinion, and I'm not going to try to change it. In the next video, I'm going to talk about helping you decide very, very quickly in a conversation with someone or an experience about what you can control and what you can't control. And if you can get in the habit of asking self in any situation, what about this can I control? And what about this can't I control? You see, you're only going to get in trouble if you try to control stuff you can't, because that's irrational. And you're going to be trying to be happy, trying to do things that are irrational and impossible. And you can't be happy when you're doing things that you really can't do. So I hope this has helped some of you understand the big fat lie. And I hope it's encouraged you to begin paying attention to all those little nuances, that are existing inside of you. So we need to get in the habit of asking self, how do I feel? How do I feel? How do I feel? And not censoring any of it. If you're angry, just be angry, dear one. Just be angry. If you're sad, just be sad. It'll go away. If you're feeling a little depressed because, your girlfriend broke up with you, feel depressed for a little while. That's normal and that's appropriate. If you're feeling anxious about a new job, Well, feel the anxiety. And maybe it's mixed with a little bit of excitement, but accept that you're feeling anxious. When you criticize yourself for having anxiety, guess what? Your anxiety goes up. When you accept that you're sitting in anxiety, anxiety begins to level out a little bit. So I'm hoping this has helped you a little bit. Please send me your comments. I really appreciate it. Again, my name is Lisa A. Romano. I am an ACOA life coach, and my website is www.healingselfesteem.com. I also have a free download on my other website at www.adultchildofalcoholiclifecoach.com. This Saturday, December 27th, I believe, at 9 a.m., I'll be doing a live radio show on Blog Talk Radio. You can check out my website for more information. I'd love to hear your comments. It'll be an hour-long show. Hopefully, some of you will ask some questions, because otherwise you're just going to be listening to me talk for an hour, which I do very well, by the way. But anyway, I'm the author of The Road Back to Me, My Road Beyond the Codependent Divorce, Loving the Self-Affirmations, and Quantum Tools to Help You Heal Your Life Now. All available on audible.com, which, if you sign up for a trial, you actually get the book for free. One of the books. You just have to choose. Anyway, namaste, everybody. See you soon. Bye.